All right, now that we have a sales letter already established, the first thing we're going to do is launch our pay-per-click campaigns. We're going to show you two campaigns here. It's pretty much the same structure and format. The first campaign is a Google pay-per-click campaign. The second one is Bing. The bulk of your traffic is going to come from Google. That's where the bulk of the search traffic comes from in any marketplace. The second level of traffic will come from Bing. About 15% of the market volume that we see will come from Bing. Bing represents a less competitive space. It also represents a different kind of demographic. You're going to see an older audience come in from Bing. A baby boomer type homeowner will come in from Bing. Working both of these channels together the same way is going to help you really get a nice qualified lead and balanced cost per click. Now, I'll tell you, in my experience, most of your competitors put together a slap together approach to water heater campaigns. I'm going to take you through and show you all the steps that we take here at Ad Machines when we build out a water heater campaign, and this is something that we apply to all of the products and services in the plumbing category. So first and foremost, we have to take a look at keywords. Keywords are really going to drive in the traffic, and we're going to talk about different kinds of keywords to work into the campaign. Sizes of tanks. We want to incorporate 40 gallon, 50 gallon, 80 gallon, all the different sizes that people might search for. Next would be models and brands, A.O. Smith, Rheem, what have you. These are all the brands and models that people might be searching for and evaluating. Big box terms, Home Depot water heaters, Sears water heaters, Menards, Lowe's water heaters. We want to make sure that we're in the game with those types of search terms. Troubleshooting. Water heater is leaking, water heater is delivering cold water, those types of terms. Anything that has the homeowner down in the basement looking on their phone for examples of how to troubleshoot their water heater. Water heater repair, common terms. This is probably the second most amount of traffic that we're going to get in the water heater campaign. It's going to come from repair terms. Replacement would be number one. Installation. Prices, estimates, water heater service, gas water heater, electric water heater, commercial water heater, plumbing contractor, local, near me, mobile intent. These are all examples of local search, search that happens with the conversation with Siri on a device. Best, reviewed, trusted, warranty. So those are all different categories that we're going to run in a water heater campaign with pay-per-click. Each category has its own independent bid rate. You're going to find that a lot of your competitors aren't in the game for a lot of these things. Like, I'm not going to go ahead and bid $30 on an A.O. Smith water heater term. I'm going to bid 30 cents. So you can see when I can get traffic in a lot of different places by working all the different angles. Now, more importantly, the lead quality starts with the right kinds of negative keywords. You don't want anybody coming through your pipeline here looking for water heater parts, competitors. You may install water heaters for a trailer or RV. Most of my clients don't like to, so we're going to exclude that kind of traffic. We're going to exclude the do-it-yourselfers, the people who are looking for how-to information. We're going to exclude cheap people. So there's a lot there I can do to really put in a layer of barriers in controlling my traffic. Next, we're going to talk about all the different elements in the construction of your campaign and all the things that you can control with Google. Now, Google and Bing, they're probably the only two advertising vehicles that you can invest in where you can control your outcome. You can control your lead costs. You can control everything. You can control the lead quality. It just goes into how the campaigns are set up and how they're managed. So the first thing we're going to look at is the timing. You can control the timing of your campaigns. I can customize a timing strategy. What's nice about timing with water heaters is I can run a campaign from 8 a.m. to noon. From noon to 5, I can run a Saturday campaign. I can run a Sunday campaign. And you can have different messages that align with the time of the day. So, first thing in the morning, the water heater is leaking. Somebody goes to Google, they type in water heater repair. Your ad pops up and it says, hey, we'll be there within the hour if you call us before 10 a.m. So those are all examples of things you can do with timing. Next, location. Let's say you dispatch plumbers from a home. They live 30 miles away. You can establish, with timing and location, you can establish a situation here with Google, a plan where you can dispatch based on zone location. So I can run different ads in different locations throughout the course of the day. You can go back into your historical accounting data and you can see which zip codes have provided you the most amount of revenue by average ticket, by product type, by service type. If you know there's a hot area in your market where there's a lot of hot water heater opportunity, those are all locations where you want to be in the game. Next, device strategy. 80% of all the leads we generate as a company, since we work with so many home services businesses, will come in by way of a mobile device. Now, with water heaters, most of your repair opportunity is going to come in from mobile. Desktop is going to represent a good majority of sales related terms. So people who are shopping for water heaters who aren't necessarily in an emergency situation. So I want to make sure when I build out a campaign that I'm putting the bulk of the budget in the areas that are going to deliver most of the traffic. With Google, it used to be you'd have to run it on all the different devices at the same time. Now I can segment out my campaigns. I can run a campaign just on mobile. I can run a campaign just on desktop, and I could break that down by time of day and by location. So you can see all of these moving parts and how you can develop a strategy. Next is position. We spent a lot of time in building out a really good piece of ad copy, and we wrote a sales letter. When I have a really good piece of sales copy and a sales letter, I don't have to fight the top guy in the market for first position. My ad copy is going to win, so I can be in third or fourth position and still get a really good result. Next is the audience. Google has much more targeting capabilities than it has in the past. There's a lot of different targeting options available to you. I can exclude people who don't own a home. I can exclude men and women ages 18 to 35 from searching on your ads. Take a look at the people who are calling you and disrupting your sales pipeline. Telemarketers, there's certain demographic theory that you can block with audiences. And finally, budget and lead cost. Water heaters should have its own independent budget. You should track that separately in your pay-per-click account. Track your conversions, your cost per lead. You can program Google to not spend more than $40 to generate a water heater lead. You have that ability with Google. As long as everything is set up correctly, you can create a system here that will deliver consistency at not only the lead quality level, but also at a costing level. So those are all the things that we can control with Google. That's the campaign setup. That's the first leg of a three-legged stool in building an effective pay-per-click campaign.